Do you remember this legendary mobile FPS game? The game that almost every low-end Android phone had installed back in the day. Special Forces Group 2, or simply SFG2, a game heavily inspired by Counter-Strike, but somehow became one of the most iconic offline and online shooter games on mobile. But what exactly happened to this game? Why did it slowly disappear from the spotlight? And why are there still players playing it today despite all the hackers? Today, we're talking about the rise and fall of SFG2. By the way, subscribe to my channel, it's free. Before SFG2 existed, there was actually an older game called Special Forces Group 3D, developed by a small studio known as ForgeGames. The first game gained attention because it brought the Counter-Strike experience to mobile devices, especially for players with weak phones. But then, in July 11th, 2016, ForgeGames released the sequel, and this is where everything changed. This is when SFG2 was released. SFG2 improved almost everything. Better graphics, more weapons, more maps, more game modes, and smoother gameplay. For many players, this was basically Counter-Strike Mobile. Back then, mobile FPS games weren't as advanced as today. Games like Call of Duty, Mobile, and PUBG Mobile didn't even exist yet, and SFG2 filled that gap perfectly. The game became popular because it could run on low-end phones. It had offline mode with bots, multiplayer was simple and fun, tons of maps inspired by Counter-Strike, and different game modes like Zombie Mode, Capture the Flag, Bomb Mode, and more. But the biggest reason players loved it? The nostalgia. The sounds, the maps, the movement, even the weapon designs. Everything felt like classic Counter-Strike. And for many players in friend hangout or schools, this game became part of childhood. One of the reasons SFG2 survived for years was because it was simple. No complicated battle passes, no massive downloads, no heavy graphics requirements. You just open the game, join a room, and play. Players also loved the custom skins, where you customize and recolor your own gun skins. Fast-paced gameplay, LAN multiplayer to play with your friend even without an internet. Zombie survival, the chaotic public servers. And unlike modern mobile shooters, SFG2 had this old-school charm that made every match feel fun. Even the broken physics became part of the experience. Sadly, no game stays on top forever. Over time, SFG2 slowly started losing players. And one of the biggest reasons, hackers, aimbot users, wall hackers, speed hacks. Public lobbies became full of cheaters. And because anti-cheat protection was weak, hackers started dominating servers. For many legit players, the game slowly became unplayable. But that wasn't the only problem. Another major issue: lack of updates. While other mobile FPS games kept evolving, SFG2 barely changed. No major new content, no big improvements, no modern features. And eventually, people started thinking the developers had abandoned the game, because ForgeGames disappeared for a long time. Now here's something many players don't know. ForgeGames eventually came back after months of disappearance, and there was actually supposed to be a huge update for SFG2, the version 4.3. ForgeGames leaked a lot of upcoming content and early development ideas, which made many players excited and hopeful for the future of the game. These leaks gave the community expectations of brand new features, major gameplay improvements, updated graphics, and possibly even a full revival of the game itself. Because of this, many longtime fans started believing that the developers were finally preparing something much bigger than a normal update, bringing back hype and attention to the game after a long period of silence. But then, something unexpected happened. The update was scrapped. And according to many longtime players, due to Play Store policy issues and the development of the new update becoming more complicated, They eventually canceled the update and transformed it into an entirely new game. Instead of continuing SFG2, ForgeGames decided to move forward with a sequel, and it was called Special Forces Group 3. Special Forces Group 3 featured significantly better graphics, smoother experience, realistic animations, redesigned and improved gun models, enhanced visual effects, and a more modern style of gameplay that made the overall experience feel more advanced and polished compared to previous versions of the series. So basically, it's supposed to be the future of franchise. But despite the improvements, many old players still preferred SFG2. Because for them, SFG2 had something SFG3 could never fully replace: the nostalgia. Surprisingly, the game is not dead. Even after all these years, the servers are still active, and yes, there are still a lot of players playing SFG2 right now. Old fans continue coming back just to relive the memories from the golden era of mobile FPS gaming. The days when everyone rushed to home, played with friends during school breaks, or stayed awake late at night grinding matches on their phones. SFG2 became more than just a simple mobile shooter. It became a huge part of many players' childhoods. The iconic maps, the classic gun sounds, the chaotic multiplayer matches, the zombies mode, the clan battles, and even the funny bugs and broken physics somehow made the game even more memorable. But sadly, not everything changed for the better. Even today, hackers still dominate many public servers, ruining matches and making the experience frustrating for normal players who simply want to enjoy the game fairly. Despite all of that, though, the community never fully disappeared. People still download it, still talk about it, and still remember the excitement SFG2 gave during its peak years. And honestly, that says a lot about how special this game truly was. SFG2 proved that you didn't need ultra-realistic graphics, massive budgets, or complicated gameplay mechanics to create an unforgettable multiplayer experience. What mattered was the fun, the memories, and the community built around it. So that was the story of SFG2, the mobile Counter-Strike clone that unexpectedly became a legend in mobile gaming history. But now I want to hear your story. Did you ever play SFG2 back then? What was your favorite map? Your favorite weapon? Your funniest memory, craziest match, or best clutch moment? Maybe you played with classmates, cousins, or online friends you still remember today. Comment your memories down below, because I'll be reading them all. And if this nostalgic breakdown brought back memories for you, let's try to reach 500+ likes, and I'll continue this series by making a full video explaining what really happened to SFG3, the canceled updates, the leaks, the development history, and everything ForgeGames never fully explained. Don't forget to subscribe for more Special Forces Group 2 content, lost media videos, comparisons, gaming history, and nostalgia breakdowns. Until next time.
Compramos carros y camionetas viejas para desarmar.